we have a couple minutes. And nobody's here. That's fine. Okay. This work. How in God's name did this work? This is such a cool stitch. Okay, I don't know if we can worry about that. Alright, so all right, it is 3 o'clock, so I'm going to start. I am doing an amigurumi cleanup. So here we have Pumpkin Bear, his own little bag. I'm going to put him in limb assembly. Boy, I have some bad lighting. Okay, let's fix that. Okay. Oh, hey, somebody's here. All right. Leave me a comment. And I have to be careful because there is a cat under the pillow. There she is. And I'm already bothering her. I'm sorry. You were having a nice nap until my big mouth came in here. I'm sorry. You can help if you want. Okay. All right. This is the mess that we're working on today. Turn the camera. Okay, this whole container. Here's my foot for so you can kind of see how big it is. Pretty rat. I like your name. Very nice. Thank you for saying my cat is pretty. And this whole container is various parts of amigurumi that need to be sorted into smaller containers. It's not going to be enough containers. So that's what we're doing today. Okay. I like your sticker. Okay, so let's see. And I'm going to try and do a better job of holding stuff up right to the camera. And I think I got some of these mixed up to my containers. I did. So this is just like a little bracelet, I think. I don't know what this is. I don't remember. To do your daily lingo. Yes, you got to do the daily lingo. Duolingo. Sorry. Won't be much good to just do lingo. Doing the language you already speak. As I can't attest, though, as a substitute teacher, that some kids really need to practice on the language they speak. So, yeah. Gigzilla, hello, thank you. Hey, if you like this kind of random content, you can like and subscribe. And, all right. So, let's see what we got going on here. All right, here is something. I don't know what it is anymore. I think it's supposed to be a bee or Mr. Peanut. I don't know if you guys know who Mr. Peanut is. He used to be the spokesperson for Planters Peanuts. I'm trying to get in some better lighting. I'm sorry. You have to look at me this bad lighting. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put this in really not done. Okay, here is, and I don't know who this guy is anymore. He's the seahorse of Pokemon. And I made him a while ago. I want to call him Squirtle, but I don't think that's right. I don't know. So here are his little parts that I just have to sew on. And I used to make this kind of stuff when I was riding on the bus, of course. Okay, so I'm going to put him in the has to sew his arms on pile. So far we have Pumpkin Bear and Mystery. All right, then we have Box of Turtles. A funny thing I'm crocheting right now. Right? Is it? Oh, I love to crochet. Okay, so here's Box of Turtles. I'll just show you this real quick. Let me just move the camera like this. Can you see it? One day I'll figure out how to do this right. So it's a box of little mini turtles. I have this thing, and I don't know if other crocheters do this. I think it's because of my ADHD. I'm going to put this in. It needs limbs attached. And I'm going to put that in the container. I tend to I make the same thing. Okay, let's see. Outdoor Family High and Aztec Indian. I like the way you spell it. Thumbs up to you. I sometimes just get obsessed with certain things, so I just keep working on it. Here's a random ball that can be turned into a little keychain or something. So I'm going to put this in almost finished. Okay. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, here is a limb. Here's an arm. Just an arm, just floating around, This is for a sock monkey. So I'm going to put this in, because we'll find the body, and then, oh my God, maybe we'll find the head. I don't know. We'll put that in, needs limbs attached. Here is something, I don't know what this is. Is this supposed to be a cape or something? I'm going to put this off to the side. Here's another arm. Good job, bravo. Oh, thank you. I like cushioning too. I do it all the time. I might be a boy, but I don't like, I love cushioning. I don't know what cushioning is. If you're trying to say crochet, then I appreciate that too, that you like to crochet. And if you're trying to say something else, I don't know what it is. All right, here's a cat in a hat. He doesn't really belong in this pile. So I'm going to put him over here with something else. Okay, here are some, I got confused. There's so much. Is cushioning vaping? If it's vaping, don't do that. You can get these horrible, horrible diseases from vaping. You know, per internet, YouTube. Okay, here is a spider. Let's see if I can. He's in here for some reason because I have to finish him. I think the other container got too. So I'm working on a Spider-Man amigurumi. And instead of needle pointing on the spider, I'm going to make this in thread and then sew it on. All right, here is Rabbit with no face, but at least it has a tail. Hi. Hi. So I'm going to put him in almost finished. Here is my turtle that I just like to keep out. Look how cute. It's the first one I made. I'll never apologize for being tongue-tied. Always just say autocorrect. That's all you have to do. Here is, he's like really small stitches, and I made this about 10 years ago, and it was in my daughter's room. She took it, and then when we were moving, I found it, so I took it back. All right, here is Rabbit with no face. Why can't I have a face and no tail? So he's going to go in almost finished. Let me show you Spider-Man. I tried so hard to do that Spider-Man pattern. It was making me insane. So I started all over again. So here's the head of Spider-Man. It's going to go in, needs the face. Here's the body. And then I cheated. I was supposed to do, your hair is fake. Oh, no, it's not fake. Look. So I'm 60 years old, and my hair is pretty much all white. And then you are so good at crochet. Oh, thank you. I gotta go, but I really like it so soon. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe. Make my dream of crocheting for a living come true, please. Anyway, thank you for thinking my hair is fake. If you can find any place that sells a wig like this, let me know. Just joking. I just washed it. Okay. I'm super lucky that I have naturally curly hair. All right, so here's Spider-Man in black. What I do? Okay, and then here's the Spider-Man body, and I was supposed to do more like with the blue, but I got too frustrated. So I have to stuff him, and then sew his head on. You're so good. Your hair is fake. Crocheting. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to put these in almost finished. Oh, no, I have to sew the arms on. He couldn't be Spider-Man without arms, could he? Where would the webs come from? All right, so we're going to put them in the container with, oh my God, what is it? Okay, I'm going to put the lid back on here. No one wants to wait for that. All right, here is, I don't know what this is. I definitely did. Okay, crocheting, very nice. I tried to teach my twin brother how to crochet, but unfortunately for me, he's left-handed, and what's left-handed is a whole different thing. It's really hard to teach. I think this is supposed to be a pig. I don't know. Let me see what else is in the bag. I don't know. I don't remember. All right, so we'll put this in. Needs arms attached. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. And when I say we, I mean you and me, because you'll be watching me do this. Okay. I've been crocheting on and off since I was 10. I have a big scoop of the ADHD. It's a hand sanitizer holder. Where you put the bottle in upside down, so if you have it attached to a backpack, if you're a student, or an adult, whatever, or your purse, you don't have to take it out, you can just open it up like that. Oh, this was in a bag of Halloween stuff. Look, it's a pumpkin, or an apple, depending on the color. All right, there's a lag between the comments, so if you've commented and I haven't acknowledged you, please know it's not me. I want to acknowledge you. I so appreciate everyone who checks in while I'm cleaning. Okay, here is a little snowflake that got bent. Okay, whatever. No one cares. All right. There's another cat here who senses the yarn and is going to try and play. All right, here is, I think this is supposed to be a dog. It is supposed to be a dog. I think this is the ear. Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be a little cute puppy dog. I was making it for somebody, and then my daughter said, stop making it. I'm not friends with them anymore. So, we'll put this in here. Because I can always reuse this ball and turn it into something else. So whenever you crochet, you don't want to necessarily tear apart everything if it didn't work out. Like, I would take this apart. I could probably just sew a face on here and make it something. I don't know. Right? Plus it has the extra yarn in here. All right, so this is going to go in, needs to be sewn. Oh, I put this in the wrong one. My cat is trying to get into, okay, I found a whole, okay, don't get too scared. Okay, it's a bag of body parts. Oh my God. Okay, so here is a pink person or animal. Hello. And here is a yellow one. Hi, where are my arms? They're friends. Look how small their body is. Should have made their bodies bigger. Here is one with a bit bigger of a body. Hello, where are my arms? Okay, and then here is a red one. Oh, this was going to be a bear, I think. With no arms. Uh-oh, did I drop an arm on the floor? Oh, well, we'll find it later. Those are the bodies, and then here are all the little parts in here. And here is that, suppose I make a drink and if they have my body. It's like, I really like it. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. I love the bag of crochet body parts. I have very similar stuff. Oh, right? It's so much easier. The crocheting part is so calm and relaxing, and then the sewing part, not so much. Where's that hat at? Look at this. Like, this would take some time to crochet. I would probably have to make the body bigger. I don't know, but it takes, you gotta, Actually, I would not put the head on here. This body's too small for it. But I think you understand. I understand your pain of attaching all the parts to it. So we're going to put all the pieces and parts in here. Maybe I'll make these one day. I don't know. At least I can get it sorted. It's such a nightmare when you have stuff and then you don't know where it's all at. And I've had to move a couple of times. I had some drama going on. Who doesn't? Okay, here's just a hat. It's a little beanie hat. It's in the wrong container because that container got too filled up if you were here for that. Okay, here is just a bigger size. And that's probably an arm or something. So he's going to go in body parts. Here's our body parts so far. Look at all that. Okay, here is just a cute little hat for like a doll. Look how cute that is. Okay. This is part of a dinosaur that I was making. All right, here is another little guy. And I remember I used to crochet these on the bus. Picking off the cat here. And I used to start from the top and just work my way all the way down. And then I would add the other leg on. And then it would just keep me busy. Did you make the blanket behind me? I did make that blanket. Thank you for asking. Here, let me show you the blanket. Okay. So this is about 6 feet across. It's pretty long. It would cover, it's not a bedspread, but it would cover a queen size bed, but not down on the sides. This is about 12 years old, I think. It has never come unraveled because I learned my lesson to really, really weave in the ends. Here, let me show you this. This is not just that's an actual blanket. That's my background for my page. And this was made with all just scrap yarn. And I usually just did like one row change of color, and sometimes I did 2 rows. It took so long to weave in all those colors. Thank you for noticing my blanket. I put it there on purpose so you would see it. I usually was, my big thing was making blankets as gifts for people. Because, blankets you can't make crochet on a machine. So it is really nice to be able to make something that's truly handmade and give it to somebody. Okay, this is just like a little swatch that I made. It's a mixed fiber. I put some silk in here. This is not silk, this is silk. I just wanted to see how this pattern would work up with different colors in it. And then, surprise, surprise, I didn't do anything with it. So that's that. This is, again, I put this in the wrong container because when I'm talking, I get too easily distracted. All right, here is, oh, thank you. Oh yeah, and then back to this. This is just really, I forget what, I think, okay. This is called a larkspur. It's like a granny stitch, except instead of just hooking into the big space, you go down and grab the top stitch of the middle cluster. So it closes it up. And then I picked the palette out. And then when my hands got bored of crocheting that color, then I would switch. So most of it is completely random. And yeah, so thank you. I've made like 6 of these. So, all right, here is another. This, I think, is the puppy dog. I think all the parts are in here. And this is something I purchased on Ravel, like Unravel, Ravel, whatever, Ravelry online. And what's nice is when you order patterns from them, or like Yarn Inspirations, or even Etsy, the patterns are always there. So I could just go back and find this pattern, which I did not print off. So I'm going to put this in the container of, needs to be attached. Oh, I wonder if that Aztec guy is still here. Here's something, it's kind of like Aztec, but not really. I was just teaching myself how to do this kind of work going across, and this was way back before there was cameras on your phone. Okay, this is the inside. And your phone was just a phone and text messaging. There's no internet and there's no camera, so your phone was not always out. So this was supposed to be a little purse for my phone. I didn't finish it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. How small the stitches are, though. This is pretty much when I was just practicing different skill levels, or different kind of fibers. This is before I developed overuse syndrome and fibromyalgia. I said that wrong. Arthritis in my thumb. So this thumb on my left hand, and you would think you use your right hand with the hook. Left hand is almost more important than the right hand because it controls your tension and you hold your material with it. Anyway, so I used to be able to crochet a lot, and now I can't. All right, here is a octopus. Yeah. Look how cute that is. And this is super easy to make. It's just like you're making a ball, and then periodically you just crochet little arms on. So he's going to go in, he just needs to be woven, and I would do a better job with this little face. Like if I was going to give it to somebody. Okay, so that's going to go in here, and here's one of my cats attacking it. What are you doing? Like how I asked her after I torment her? Diamond? Okay. Okay, well, I guess it's hers now. Okay. This is, I received this. I tried to make it. It was like the first time I was doing Amigurumi, and it was like 10 years ago. And it is Star Wars Crochet. And it's a kit that my lovely daughter and her then boyfriend. Oh, thank you for loving the cat. There's two more. They're around here somewhere. One was sleeping behind here, but I disturbed her, so she left. Anyway, I received this as a gift. I tried to make it. It was so confusing because Amigurumi is so particular. Like this, if I make mistakes on it, you're not going to see it. This one over here, this one, there's lots of mistakes on there. Nobody looking at it's going to see the mistake. I can see the mistakes and be like, oh, but no one else can see it because it's so big and whatever. But in Amigurumi, you make one mistake and it throws the whole pattern off. This I'm going to leave out because I am going to make Baby Yoda. Because every now and then my son-in-law, who's so lovely, says, did you ever make that kit I got you? And he's not being mean. He's just genuinely wants to know. So, okay, here is... I don't know what this is. I genuinely don't know what this is. It's purple. I don't know what it is. Maybe a purple owl. I don't know. I think I needed more containers, but I didn't. But you know what? I'm just putting them in bags. Put this in mystery. What is it? All right, gotta put the arms in with the body parts. That gets these to go there. Okay. Here's just a blanket I made. Again, this is in the wrong container. I didn't weave the ends in because no one's going to see it. It would be a table runner. So you have this on top of a dresser. And this is called a moss stitch. It's super stretchy. It's all single crochet, super easy. Oh my God, but it takes so long. And I've discovered later that if you take this black out and put brown in, oh, it's so beautiful. And the red, if you just use brown, pink, and the cream. Oh, what am I talking about? Change all the colors, it looks completely different. Anyway, this is should be in finished apparel. So I'm going to toss that over there. Okay, here is, I think these are owls. I don't know. We'll put that in there. Okay. All right, these are not Amigurumi. These are flowers. And this is what I do when I have like a little tiny piece of yarn left over. Sometimes I'll just make this little circle, which is 10 single crochets. And then if I have a little bit more later on, then I'll turn it into a flower. And then I give the flower to somebody. Somebody looks sad. Somebody was extra nice to me. I don't know. This is a unfinished thing. I guess sorting this into 8 containers. I didn't have enough containers. Here's another flower. I just had extra yarn, so I just made this. And this I would probably sew onto something. Oh, look at that. Here's a butterfly. out of charcoal. I hit an Etsy store, but Etsy is just so incredibly ridiculous with how you have to keep up with the marketing and stuff. And I really liked Etsy when it was a lot of just handmade stuff, but now there's a lot of stuff that can be made out of the machine. It kind of takes away from the personal stuff. Here's another cute little flower. I would save these for some of the amigurumi, so I'm going to keep it in the pile because maybe we can use that to decorate on there. So I'm going to put that in here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this I found, I remember I made this for school. I'm a substitute teacher, and I was going to work on it at my break. When you're a substitute during your prep period, like when the kids go to specials is when the teachers are supposed to plan. It's not enough time, but when you're a substitute, there's nothing to do. So these are magnetic sheets, and they're self-adhesive. And then here is the little guy inside. Okay, here is the felt that I'm going to use for Spider-Man. So I'm going to put that over here. And then I was going to use that for the inside of his ears. Look, he still has a pin. He has an embroidery needle on his head. All right, so I was going to make this little kit at school. I think I was going to make him a little sweater. I had it all set up. Never did it. There's even a key ring in there to turn it into a keychain. Because anything can be a keychain. Those are like really fun things to make. I have a video on how to make a heart. You stick it on a keychain. Then if you want to get fancy, you could put more than one thing on the keychain. It's a nice gift that you can make for someone if you are a child and you don't have money. You could just make gifts like that. So, all right, I have to do this. Okay, for those of you who weren't here before, and someone said my hair is a wig, it's not a wig. There's a scar I have on my face from when I got hit by a car. That's my helmet ripping my skin. And let me fix my wig. Just joking. Okay, I'm going to put this in here. Okay. All right, here's a giant standing rabbit. And I'm going to see if I can get him to stand up. Okay, here he dropped his arm. Okay, he's been in the bag for a long time, so that's why his head's kind of floppy. Could squish around. Most of my amigurumi I stuff with yarn. That matches. Okay, so here it is. And then how you make it stand is, oh, thank you. I'm so lucky that I have naturally curly hair. And being postmenopausal, I'm really lucky that I don't have any bald spots. So that's cool. Or thinning hair. My oldest daughter has thinning hair. She has her hair from her dad's side of the family, so her hair is like pin straight. Okay, here he is. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him to stand up. Let me see. Because he needs his arms to balance. But anyway, he will eventually stand up. And what you do is you put nickels or something in the bottom to give it a balance. And then there's a certain way you make the foot. I made these as prizes when I was doing a long-term sub position because that room, oh, here it is, had a system set in place that whoever won for best behavior or something, I can't remember, would get a big prize. So I made that for him. And I told the student, bring it home. Don't leave it here. Someone's going to steal it. And he said, no, they won't. And someone stole it. Because when you're in 4th grade, it's really, really hard to not take something that you really, really want because you're still learning right from wrong. Here's the ear. Yeah, so I'd have to make an ear. And thankfully, I remember making all of this with a size 4 crochet hook. It was like my go-to size. Okay, Diamond is irritated with me because she's just sitting looking at, don't look at me like that. Okay, and then you can also put in magnets in the hands or in the face, and then make another one, and then you can make them kiss. Isn't that cute? Or they can hold hands. You can make it so you can stick it on the refrigerator. All right, here's another Pokemon. I don't know what this one is, but here's his face. I have not bobby pins. push pins in it for where we put his eyes. And then these are all the little pieces parts. Oh, I don't remember who he is. And any kind of Pokemon that I made was always before they like morphed into something else. Because, oh, please like and subscribe if you like this kind of comment. Please make my dream of never leaving my house again come true. Seriously. So tired all the time. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's a cat. Meow. This is a variegated yarn, so the yarn changes colors, which is really nice. So that you could just use a nice simple stitch when you're creating, because the beauty comes from the yarn, not the stitch. So yeah, so he's gonna go in, needs a face, and maybe like a little, oh, well, hello, ma'am. How are you? Hi. Here's Diamond. She's got tired of being ignored. Can you see her? Diamond, can you say hi? You're not even on the camera. This is actually a motion detector thing, and I don't have it turned on. There she is. Oh my gosh, she was so close to the screen. So she's a helper cat. Okay. All right, here is it's not amigurumi, but close enough. Here's a rose, and it is almost done. Just have to weave in the end. And then you can give this to someone either stitched to, here, let me show you, either stitched together, or you can leave it like this if it's for someone who likes to fidget. I know as a teacher and as a person, I like to keep my hands busy. So I know teachers always think that if you're not staring at them, me also, like this, that if you're doing something else doodling that you're not listening. That's not true. Anyway, you can give it to someone, you wind it up and you have a flower. And look, you can put it on a pin. Look at that. Actually, you put it like this. In the 50s, there was a signal with flowers. How do I know this? I don't remember. Diamond? If you wore the flower behind your ear, that means you had a date that night. Is that how that worked? Or is this if you were gay? I can't remember. Never mind. I'm not going to finish it. Anyway, I'm going to put this in the weave in the ends, and maybe I'll put this on a little pin. And then I'm going to have a video up on how to make one like this, but when you roll it up, it turns into a heart. What? Yes. That's going to go there. Okay, we're going to take a brief break and just enjoy a little bit of Diamond. Hi, Diamond. Are you scratching up my couch? What? Oh, is it my fault for not putting a cover on it? It absolutely is. Diamond does not like being picked up. If I picked her up, she would start screaming. So she's like that. Okay. Anyway. All right. Okay, here's another one. His legs are uneven. I was making this for my son-in-law and didn't finish it. It's supposed to be a cat. Somehow he's uneven. Eventually, I will finish this. So, but this, I don't even have the arms for. This is disappointing. Disappointing! Oh, how much I don't have done. Okay. All right, here's another guy. This one's covered with cat fur. Too bad the cat fur doesn't make it better. And I don't know if I'm even going to finish this because I think this was going to be a doll. So the head was going to be more proportionate. Can't remember that. This was a hat that I was making, and then my hands decided to not finish it. It's pretty, right? This looks blue, but in real life it's green. If I put it next to this blanket, it'll turn into the blue. And then I pull it away, it becomes green. Is that weird? Oh, I have lots of crochet tips. Take, well, this is to keep your hands from getting too sore. And a lot of people don't know this, but abuse to your body is cumulative. It builds over time. So when you're young, it's fun to crochet really fast or crochet for 6 hours a day. Your body remembers all that. And then as you get older, it is a lot easier to develop overuse syndrome. Like I did, I had a lot of problems with my wrists. So my suggestion, or even, arthritis. I already had arthritis in my hands. Thanks, Mom. But I developed trigger finger. So these two fingers on my right hand will just lock. So I have to sleep with something on this little appliance. Looks like a mitten, not a mitten, like a racket. And that helps keep my fingers from turning into a claw. It's every like 30 minutes, like take a break and move your fingers around and spread your fingers out like this. And just help so that they're not cramped. And then also when you're crocheting, it's supposed to be relaxing. So if you get like veins popping out, I'm very, very vascular in my hands. So my hands might, if I'm on camera, my hands might have the veins bulging, but sometimes I'm like in an awkward position for the camera because I don't know how to do this properly yet. And it should be easy. You should not be flexing your fingers too hard. If you're doing it too hard, you need to take a break and relax. You do have to hold the yarn to create the tension, but it shouldn't be like gripping. You need it to be calm. And then if you're a very, very beginner, this is how I had my daughters learn. I had them make a chain of like 50. And well, before that, you have to learn how to do the slip knot on your hook. You have to learn how to do that. Sometimes people like, I don't know, you should be able to do it. I don't have any hooks by me. Do I not have any hooks? Oh, yeah, okay. You should be able to do that with your hook without tying it on beforehand. Thank you. Okay. Like and subscribe. Okay. Now, excuse me, this is the reverse. If I was teaching you how to do this, you would have to stand behind me or I'd have to change my camera. But you should be able to go like this. This is a small yarn. This is sock yarn to knit socks. Oh my God. I've never knitted a sock. It's a 2.5. It's metric. You should be able to go like this and start your own knot on here. And it's just a slip knot. And it's already embarrassing. Okay. So you should be, this is what I did. So your question, do I have tips? So what I do is I had my daughters do like a chain of, say, 50. And then they would have to pull it out like this. And you should be able to pull out that whole thing without it getting stuck. And the only reason why it would get stuck is if you break the fiber up and you're not grabbing the whole strand. And then if they were successful doing that, then we would move on to a single crochet. And then I'd have them do the same thing. It's very tedious at first, but it makes it so that it's easier for when you're making something, because it's kind of a bummer when if you're working on something and it comes out wrong. It's kind of disheartening, like maybe you wouldn't want to continue doing it. So, all right, I'm gonna, so that's a tip. Okay, here's something, look how teeny tiny this is. I don't know what this was. I will probably turn this into a keychain. Because, okay, this is the stuffing that goes with Baby Yoda. Where did I put Baby Yoda? I don't know where I put him. Are you sitting on him? No, Diamond says she's not sitting on him. Okay, here's Giant Turtle. Oh, you're welcome. And also, when you're doing a blanket, when you're doing any project, oh my God, go back and count your stitches. The whole time, this is one thing about crocheting and knitting, is you're always counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In blankets, you can, if this kind of stitch, if you make a mistake, you can kind of fix it as you go along. No one's really going to see, but certain patterns you will not be able to fix. Like this one, I could fix it, but if it was in apparel, if it was in a sweater, it would be very apparent the mistake. So that's the other thing, is go through, if you're supposed to have 20 stitches, go through and count. If you don't have 20, figure out where you missed it, rip it out, go back and fix it. Lots and lots. Okay, so here's turtle. It doesn't have any legs. Of course, I still have the yarn because this is the green that goes with this, from this yarn. So I have tons of it. So this needs parts. Ow! Diamond! Are you scratching me? Oops, oops, oops. I got a warning that I can't change my orientation on here. Okay. Let me just dig around to the bottom. Here's a hat for a cat or a dog. My cats will not wear hats. I have a video about that. But, all right, let's try it on the pig. This pig's face is not really enough. No, I don't have a real pig. I know someone who has pet pigs. They are too big for me. And then, is that cute? Okay. And, yes, oh, I think I'm going to have to do this all by myself. I think I'm going to need like 4 containers to properly sort this out. And some of this is just going to be, oh, okay, wait, I found, what? Okay, here is, this time I tied his hands on so I wouldn't lose them. Here is the sock monkey. And I think I found the head before. Okay, here's another little dog head. Some of these are left over from when I had an Etsy store, so that's why I have some of this stuff. A lot of the little things that I made, I already gave away as prizes or whatever. Okay, these are fun to make. It's a little butterfly. It's just a flower. It's an 8-petaled flower. And then you just fold it in half. And then it'll stand up. Ta-da! Okay. All right. Thank you for your compliments. Please, if you have any comments or questions, or please put it in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I think I needed more containers than I actually have. Let me dig around. Oh, okay, wait, here it is. A brown bear. I think it's a bear. You know, when it comes to amigurumi, a lot of the patterns it's just the same shape, and then you change it in the face. So this guy has a little tail, so I think this was going to be a little brown bunny. And this does have 2 colors, but it's the same row. So the Spider-Man that I tried making like 3 times had different colors in the same row. And that was very confusing to me to get it to line up right. So here's all I have in here to finish him. One day I should finish all of them and set them all up. Oh yeah, the butterfly. And the butterfly's really easy. I was surprised at how easy it is. And this is something that once you master the basic stitch of single crochet, there's single, single, half double, double, triple, quadruple. Those are your basic stitches, and you can do a lot of that without learning anything more complex. So, yeah. Hi, Katina. All right, Mama Cat's out here. Okay, here is just a random ear or a balloon. Okay, we're gonna put that in the pieces parts, which is overflowing. Here is another pumpkin head. I loved this yarn. The yarn was fantastic because I never liked orange before, and this is really like a very autumn, very pumpkin-y compared with this orange. See, that's very, very orange. It's going to be just a random unstuffed head. Okay. All right, here is another gingerbread man, as I call him. Here's a giant blue ear. And this was for a big stuffed animal that I made. And then it came out. It was not good. And I think this is the only thing I had left. It took me a while to remember that. And this I know I followed a pattern because I can even see how it is slightly uneven here, giving it more definition. So there's gingerbread man. Okay. Nope. Pokeballs. Pokeballs, I needed to make these little tiny things in the front, little circles in the front, and then sew those on to finish them. Again, I would do this just to keep my hands busy. because I have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, so I have a lot of downtime. Unfortunately, when I was hit by a car 2 years ago, that's another story, I have difficulty sitting for more than an hour at a time. Outdoor family, you're back. Very good. So it's very hard to crochet lying down. You can do it, but you gotta crochet like this. It's hard on the shoulders, and I did break my shoulder. Anyway, okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, another ear. Oh, look, it's a little tiny pair of pants. That's what someone said yesterday. Hello, hello. Actually, you can make it a finger puppet. So yeah, and here's a little purpley ear that looks like the blue ear, but it's a different size. So, ta-da. Okay. I'm going to give this to Diamond. Are you going to stream tomorrow? I think I'm going. Okay. Just show Diamond. Diamond, it was voted most likely from her litter to be hired to work in a factory killing rats. So yeah, we don't have any rats. Just various scorpions that sneak in through the patio. Anyway, I think I am going to stream tomorrow because it really helps motivate me to clean up my stuff. Then I get views on YouTube also. So yeah, if I stream tomorrow, would you come on? Would you put in the comments, is this a good time for you? The YouTube thing tells us all different kind of times that are good. Who knows, so, right? So yeah, if I do stream tomorrow, if no one gives me a suggestion, it'll be tomorrow at the same time. Okay, here is a little tiny snake. I was really into making these snakes. Look how cute he is. And there is, so tomorrow I would start again at 3 o'clock. Okay, good. All right, then I'll be here. Okay. And, okay, look how cute he is. It's a little tiny snake. Okay, and then there's a big snake. I didn't get to finish stitching them together. And then they become very curly. Did I bring you finished ones? No. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Oh, we're finding all kinds of stuff on the bottom. All right, here is a doll, probably, or a person. Okay, oh, good, 3 o'clock for you too, good. Okay, then I'll be here. We'll be here tomorrow. So maybe I'll finish one of these and just show you how the face is done. And I am going to make a teeny tiny spider from thread like this, or even smaller, so that I can sew it onto my Spider-Man. So, okay, and then here's a little tiny gingerbread guy. And I found his arm. It was lost for a while. So I'm going to put that here, that here. Okay, what was I saying? I was saying something. It's crocheted. No. Saying something. What was I? Diamond, what was I saying? Oh, I have ADHD. So if I put anything away, it no longer exists for me. So it is like really important that I have clear containers and that I have some place to put something. So behind me is a bookshelf. Let's see if I can get this up. And I bought another one, and that's going to have my crochet stuff on it. So this is my living room, and it's going to be my, we'll just do a little panorama. Sorry, sometimes my slightly country Midwestern accent comes out. I don't even know if you can see all this. So it's my living room. And this is just going to be my outdoor family. Of course I will remember you. How could I forget you? This is like my studio, and then my bedroom is my bedroom. So yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, you don't want to look at all that. You want to look at me. Okay. So, okay. We are almost done sorting. Sort of. All right, here is the beginnings of a turtle. I probably will not even finish this. I'll probably just save this little round part. Look how pretty that is. I made these in 2015 and 2016. I remember when I learned to make these. And I followed these lovely ladies from Peru. Back then, YouTube didn't have subtitles generated. You had to put your own subtitles in. So there were subtitles, but it was in Spanish, which I speak a little Spanish. Not really. From college 40 years ago. That is a pretty pattern, isn't it? So this is, yeah, and it was really hard to kind of follow along and figure out how I was supposed to do these stitches and increase at the same time. So it took me a while. So I found these as, working on these, it's more like figuring out a puzzle, and not necessarily finishing it, I guess. I had quite a few of the turtles finished. Oh, look, I put his little tail in. And they kept getting stolen off my desk. That's okay. As long as whoever steals it loves it and enjoys it, that's fine. I mean, I prefer if my stuff didn't get stolen, but... Uh-oh. Someone sent me a message. Ooh, buy a chicken teriyaki, get one free. No, that's all right. Okay, here's another snake. He just needs to be stuffed and have his eyes put on. Oh, thank you, Outdoor Family. Outdoor Family, in the comments, you can give me your initials and your grade if you are or were a student of mine. But don't put it on here, okay? You know what I mean. If you weren't a student of mine, thank you for thinking I'm the best. Okay, anyway, so here's this. You don't have to put a wire in here. You can if you want to make it posable, but usually when I was making these were for kids to play with. So I didn't want to put anything that would poke out or scratch anybody, because what's the fun of that? So let's see. Okay. This is yarn for stuffing. Okay, let me go back. Here is for that dinosaur. Here is a little pink arm. And I have to take these items, which are almost done, put them in a different container because pieces and parts have overflowed. Okay. And what I'll do for tomorrow is I will finish something that is the most closest. That's not a sentence. The closest to being finished. I'll do that. And yeah, so this is why you really need to stitch in your ends so that is that gone? Okay, anyway, so here's a little puppet. This is something I used to make a lot when I was little. It's a finger puppet, and I let a student hold on to it, and he popped his fingers through, which is fine. It's my fault for not stitching this better. I should have stitched it so it couldn't come undone. So I've learned my lesson. And just like with the hearts or flowers that I make for the kids, I make it so that you cannot put a pencil through it. If it's supposed to go on a pencil, then I'll make it the right size for a pencil to go through. Sometimes kids like to stick it on top of their pencils. So this was fun to make. And if I make this one again, I would make it, or if I fix this one, I'll fix it so that the tongue is stuck here. So, and I don't know if you know this, but snakes smell with their tongues. So they'll always be smelling something. But anyway, okay, you go eat dinner. I'm only going to stay on for about 5 more minutes. And then I'll be on tonight playing Seeker's Notes if anyone's interested in that. I somehow picked up 5 subscribers for that, so that's cool. And it's just a video game. It has like a Candy Crush part on it, and then you find things that are hidden in locations, and I just do it to relax. So, okay. All right. I hope you have a nice dinner. There's another owl. I think it's supposed to be like the owl from Harry Potter. I don't know. Okay. All right. Any more arms in here? Okay, here's another arm that I found. And no diamond, you can't have the arm. Oh, here's the rest of that turtle. I found this yesterday. Okay. So maybe we will finish it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Okay. Oh, I had a purple, I had a bear in here that I'm gonna, oh, here's another butterfly. This is made with a variegated yarn, which is okay to use on this kind of project, but then if it's too uneven in the colors, I'm sorry, if the colors change too much, then it might look uneven. Oh, here they are. Okay. I put them aside, so I think I'll work on these. It is Purple Bear. Hi, just give me some eyes, please. And he's gonna go in here. And then here is Blue Bear. Hello. It doesn't have, or it could be a cat. I mean, it could be anything. You just change the ears. So yeah. Okay. All right. Like, subscribe if anybody is still here. I appreciate all of you. So do my cats. They don't want me to leave. Here's another flower. So yeah, tomorrow I will be on at 3 o'clock. And then I will also be on, like I said, 11 o'clock tonight. If you are a child, I hope you're not up that late. That's up to your parent or guardian. And I appreciate you guys being here. And if I'm helping keeping you occupied during summer, it is so hot outside. It looked so cold this morning. The clouds were out. I was like, I should go for a bike ride. No, heat advisory. That's how hot it is. So here's a nice flower. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway. All right, I'm completely overwhelmed. This is too much stuff for me to go through. Here's another snake. We're gonna work on the snakes. Already got his tongue in. I'd probably put another tongue. All right, we have another infiltrator to the scene. Bye. Hello. Am I in your nap area? Am I preventing you from napping properly? The cats have different stations in the house. So on the floor right over here is a, I'm not leaving. Oh, outdoor family. Okay. Is a heating pad that they can lay on. It's a heating pad for cats, so it doesn't get too hot. I just leave it on all the time. And then they have a cat tree, a little cat hideout. But this is the mom. Someone moved and they left her behind. We adopted her, and then she gave us kittens later on. And we kept all the kittens. So that's why there's so many cats. So my daughter who lives across the way from me here has 2. And 2 have passed. So, you know. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is Katina. Get it? Katina, because she's a girl and she's a cat. Oops, I don't want me to change my... Okay, let's do it this way. Sorry for my close-up of my face. There she is. She's called a tortie. And she had 1 black kitten, 1 lilac blonde, and 1 orange, like Garfield. And then she had 3 like this, which are blue Russians, because their dad was a feral blue Russian, who lived outside on the patio. Oop, mailman's here. Yes, so that was Katina, and this is Diamond, and Diamond has a little, it looks like she's wearing a little bathing suit. She has a diamond thing under her, on her chest right here, and then like a little white patch. So it looks like a little bikini. Is that funny? I don't know if it would be funny, but it's something. All right, so here is a flower that's finished, and this is green, but it looks blue. And that's a mum. This is another one that's really easy to make if you're a beginner. And it is one kind that you just roll up and then you stitch together. And what I would do now is, if I was making this fresh, I would make, put a couple rows of green on the bottom, then stitch it up, It's just easier to stitch together, and then it does look like the flower just got cut off the stem. So here it is, this beautiful lilac. And these would probably take me 45 minutes, maybe. If it wasn't interrupted, 45 minutes to make these, maybe less. If I was interrupted, it would take me longer. So I'm gonna work on, let's decide now, outdoor family. You give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna finish 2 flowers and a snake. This will be for tomorrow. And a snake. I have 3 dogs, 1 cat, 2 Imagine Dragons, a chicken, 24 dogs. Oh my gosh, you do. Next door to me, I have, you can't see me pointing, is a little farm, I think. They have chickens, because chickens are always walking around. And they have really cool black chickens, kind of cool. Never saw black chickens before. Black chickens, white chickens. And they have sheep, dogs, cats, and their yard is a hoarding nightmare. If you've ever seen those shows where people have all kinds of stuff in their house, oh my God, it's horrible. And, but yeah, I live here in urban Phoenix, and it's very confusing because my street is like the country. People across from me have a horse and a goat. And then, so on the street, it's very, looks like you're in the country. Countries, and I lived in the country, so I should know. And then you get to the top of the street, and then it's like, oh my God. Which is why I don't go riding my bike at night when the sun goes down, because there's too many people who will just say have a problem with their behavior after consuming some adult beverages. So yeah, so it's a little bit dangerous. Not joking. So, all right, I see there's 3 people on here. Yeah, it's kind of cool that they have a little farm, but sometimes they don't. Oh, horses are a big responsibility. I get it because they're big. But no, they're a big responsibility. I did research, and actually, a cat is the easiest pet to have. I thought a bird would be easy, but it's in a cage. No. Some birds, like the parrots, can live as long as or longer than you. They can live 75 years. Oh my God. Cats are the easiest by far. So yeah. So. Oop, I dribbled. Okay, and since I started my do I live in, oh, I do not live in Maine. Sorry, that's way too north and it's way too cold. I'm originally from Ohio, which is right underneath Lake Erie. And that was pretty cold. So I grew up in Ohio, which is the Midwest, which is how small our country was when it was first discovered, that they thought that Ohio was the West. Funny. And then we moved to Phoenix about 25 years ago, and then I moved back to Ohio for a few years, and I came back here. Ohio's very, very cold. And I love Phoenix. It's so beautiful. So nice. And except the summertime is excruciatingly painful. So I'm assuming that you live in Maine. And Maine is a beautiful state. It's also where Stephen King writes all of his stories take place in Maine. And my God, I'm so embarrassed. I do not remember the town. Castle Creek in Maine is where all of his stories take place, or most of them. They're all connected. Maine is quite beautiful. I think all of our states are beautiful in their own different way, their own can't say the word. Okay, I'm with you. It's the best. I guess it's climb on you. They right there. Yes, they're very good. Cats are just different than dogs. People think that they like to be stroked like this a lot, but what happens is they get static electricity buildup, and then when you do that, you're like shocking them. So you have to put on, make your hands a little bit wet. So, yep. Yes. So Ohio's a beautiful state, except it's very, very humid and can be quite hot. which is different than Phoenix. I mean, our humidity today is like 30%, which is not very much. But for Phoenix, it's really, really high. My asthma inhaler, I've been looking for that. So, it's uncomfortable. And then we're coming into monsoon season. Thank God our monsoons are different than monsoons in Asia. Because in Asia, when it's the wet season, it literally just rains nonstop for like 3 months, 4 months. Can't even imagine. That's why in South America, there are a lot of cities. I'm sorry. There are a lot of, keep saying it wrong. There are not a lot of roads because during the wet season, because it's jungle or rainforest as we call it now, because of that, when the rainy season's over, the whole area is completely different. So they don't really build roads because they would be washed out. I think that's true. Okay. You've been all over the world in reality? That's so nice. How nice. Wait, all over the world or all over the United States? Europeans are jealous of us because our country is so huge that you really never need to leave the United States or North America. And you can be vacation in so many different types of places. So, yes, that's the cool part of being an American. So I'm going to weave this together while we're talking, since there's a couple people here, and I don't want to be rude and leave while there's people here. So let's see. Let me see if this. I have got to. Okay. My daughter was supposed to bring me some leftover chicken, but she forgot. So I will let her know later. But she pops in on here. So I have been to Canada once, to Niagara Falls, just barely Canada. Because Niagara Falls is in the state of New York in the United States, and then it's also in Canada. And I have not been to Mexico, even though I've lived in Arizona for 24 years. On and off. And actually, when I moved here, it was before you needed a passport. You used to have open borders to go to Canada and to Mexico. You used to be able to just cross the border one way, cross the border back, didn't need anything. So, but that changed because of 9/11, which we won't talk about because we're not in school, and that's kind of a bummer. So, all right, so I'm stitching the flower together. This would be, this is a mum or a chrysanthemum. That's a long word. No one wants to pronounce all those syllables, so we've shortened it down to mum. And this is one of my favorite flowers. And I'm just stitching in the back like this. It's kind of hard to see. Okay. And then I'm going to just pull it through. And luckily, I remember to put a long tail on here. And the tail is the extra. My dad were from Maine to Michigan. I met my mom and dad and brother. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's a long drive. I drove from Ohio to Arizona with Katina here with her kittens because we had planned to move. And she had her kittens, so I had to move with her. 6 kittens. That was fun. So that's nice that you get to travel around with your dad. Wait, you drove from Maine to Florida? Wow, yeah, because Maine is the beaches are so beautiful, right? But you can't go in because the water's so cold. Yeah, yep. Oh, that's nice. I hope you guys were not too bored in the car and not too, what was I going to say? Not too misbehaving. Is that a word? It's easier now for travel for parents because you can be entertained. Children can be entertained on the ride, but when we were growing up, there was nothing in the car. You had the radio, and the rule for the radio is whoever the driver is gets to pick the songs. So it's always your dad. And there's, there was no phones, computers, iPads. So you would have to play magnetic checkers or I Spy or other boring games. I mean, they were fun for a little bit, but then it got boring. So yeah, but now it wasn't safe, but we did not have seatbelts. So sometimes you would just, like, if you would get bored, you would just go on the floor. And the seats were different too. The seats in the front was a bench. It was like a couch in the front and in the back. I don't know if you've ever been in an old-timey pickup truck. And then if the driver needed to put the seat closer to get to the pedals, the whole seat would go forward. And anyway, you used to, oh, Evelyn, you're back. Okay. So you're just talking about traveling, how it's not too boring, but it's still hard to sit like that the whole time. That's difficult. And now you guys are strapped in. Like I was saying, we didn't have seatbelts, so we could like move around, which was super annoying to our parents. Yeah, so we didn't travel that much because my parents were successfully middle class for a while. And then because of life, we ended up becoming suburban poor, which means we lived in a fairly nice house in a nice area. But my parents did not have money for vacations. So our big vacation was to go to some place called Geauga Lake, which is like Six Flags. So that's what we would do once a year. And so anyway, okay. So Evelyn, what I'm doing is I'm stitching up this flower. And then I'm going to go, oops, got caught here. I'm going to go, probably. You should see me about all my games, all my Legos or something. Yeah, man, bring whatever you have to keep yourself entertained. I know when I drove by myself, with just the cats, it was like driving with a cat litter box because there were 7 cats or 6 kittens and a mama. Yeah. It was so incredibly boring. Like I drove through Texas. Oh my God. When you go through the plain states and it's just so boring and it's just like a straight line. Like you could fall asleep for a half hour and wake up and be on the same road. Oh, thank you. It's coming along. It's really pretty color too. It looks more, it's one of those weird colors. I don't know if you ever noticed, but like in the 64 box of crayons, or maybe the 99 or the 100, they have green, blue, and then blue, green, and they're different. That's one of this kind of color. This color you would not find in the store. It would be like part of a it was part of a promotion for this manufacturer, which is Karen Yarn. And then it's, oops, it's gonna be, oh, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'll just fix that later on. What was I saying? What? Oh, so this is something I found online. It's just a really pretty color. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go after I finish this. What you do? Go back over here. And how you do it is you do old-fashioned pickup truck. Oh, you do have an old-fashioned pickup truck. It's pretty cool. Okay. So here's the back, and then here is the front. Okay, so this is the part of crocheting that I didn't do that often because I spent so much time either on the bus traveling or I just was really into crocheting, into making scarves and blankets and stuff. And this kind of tiny stuff, I didn't really do that much. But I gotta fix this because it's getting all uneven. And all I'm doing is just going back and forth through the middle, through that first row. And that's why if I put in a darker green for like the stem, it would be more, God, I can't even talk, it would be visually easier to see. And this, you can't really make a mistake. I mean, you can, but no one's going to know. Who's going to know? They're going to know. Who's going to know? I think that's a meme or something. Okay. Oh, came right off my needle. So this is the kind of needle I'm using. It's called a tapestry needle. It's pointy, but it's not like a sewing needle in that it's not going to make you bleed if you poke yourself too hard. It's just made to go through the yarn. And okay. Yes, because after sitting for so long, like right now I don't have any pain, but when I stand up, I might have to lay down on some ice. It's not really ice, it's an ice pack. Okay, so we're here. And what would you do with this? You can put it on a hair clip. And this would probably be for a child or decoration. If you wanted to do like three-dimensional art, you can make a bunch of these flowers and put it on a background like this. Pretend. You can have different flowers, then you put it in a frame, and then you just have some homemade art. So I'll be very happy to actually finish something. Thank you. Thank you for helping me be more productive. It's really weird being my age and finding out for sure, well, not for sure, but finding out that really I have ADHD. Kind of knew that anyway. But I was told a while ago that I did not have it because I have a college degree and that people with ADHD would not be able to do that. So ADHD is like all over the place now, but it was not very common when I was growing up. So I was just referred to as someone who had a lot of energy. I like to talk. I have a Ford Ranger too. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't know what 100 thing. It's kind of a screen. It's kind of like green and blue. Oh, yeah, the crayons, right? Just different percentages of each color to make that color. Did I say that right? But anyway, so I'm finding different techniques dealing with my ADHD to get things finished. And one of them was to have a YouTube channel. So thank you, all of you, for helping me live my life more efficiently. Because if I think that people are expecting me, I will not disappoint. So, because most people who have ADHD or depression or both, like I do, have a difficult time working. So, I don't have a hard time working because I don't want to disappoint people. Okay, so we are at the end. And all right, so this kind of worked properly. I should not be talking when I'm doing this, but nobody's gonna know. And you're catching on. Then no one's gonna know if there's a mistake. But especially for this kind of pattern, it is just really, it's kind of crazy. If you ever look at a chrysanthemum, it's got like a ton of petals, and it's not very ordered. So this is kind of like what it would look like. Then what you would do is you would fluff out the petals, which I'll do here in a minute. So like, I know, and I have not stretched my fingers out for a little bit. That's okay, I'll probably do that in a second. Okay. Just weaving this in towards the end. Now this is not something that's going to be manipulated or played around with too much, so you don't have to worry too much about weaving on the ends. Because if you have little brothers, do not put a pin in your mouth like this, because somebody could come and slap you on the back, and then you might swallow it. I saw that on a TV show. Okay, so we're just going to snip it there, and then we're going to even the other end. Hey, like and subscribe if you like this kind of comment. Sometimes it's nice to just have someone talk to you, right? About something that you like. It's very low stress. You don't know me for real. Well, some of you might. If you don't, okay, sorry. Anyway, if you like this, please subscribe. Please help make my dream of not having to leave my house come true. I was going to go down to just 2 or 3 days a week. Thank you. Substitute teaching, but I made a mistake figuring something out with the Social Security Administration because I can retire at age 60. Usually you have to wait until you're 64 to collect benefits. Well, see. Okay. So see, that came out pretty nice, right? Anyway, I made a mistake, so I'm going to have to go to work more, and I don't want to do that. And as someone who has ADHD and anxiety, I'm already stressed about that, and it's not happening until August 7th. So yeah. So anyway, so here's the flower. So do you want me to do the snake? Put the eyes on the snake? Can I stuff the snake? Stuffy stuff? No, I don't have stuffy stuff. I don't have stuffy stuff. Okay, here's this, but I have to go find the lavender. This is not going to be a long enough. Would that be a long enough tail? But I don't want to do this one. My hands don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it. What? Oh, Diamond says she hasn't been on camera for a couple of minutes, so there she is. Oh, I can't turn my camera. Sorry. There you go. Here's Diamond scratching my $3,000 couch. Yeah, I know I got it at a consignment store for $100. It was still somebody paid that much money for it. Not me, because I'm cheap. Okay. Okay. What else can we do? Okay. All right, this is yarn that I don't like. So I think I'm going to use this to start stuffing the snake. And I'm going to put okay, here's the snake. He's all done being created. He just needs to be stuffed. And I'm not going to put any, what is this yarn? God, this looks so bright. Why is it in this bag? All right, well, I'm going to just use this yarn. So all I'm going to do is kind of chop this yarn up and make it into little pieces. And then I'm going to stuff it in here because I think if I use the white stuffing, it's going to be too hard to pull it through because I closed it all up. There's not a large hole in it for me to stuff and then close up. So I'm just going to kind of do it like this. Okay, so now we have a pile. Okay, don't get too scared. You're going to see the worktop here. Okay, can you see it? That's my face again. Okay, anyway, here's the worktop. There should be a pile of yarn. Where's the camera? Right here. That I cut up. And I'm going to pull it through with a hook. Is that what fell? Yeah, that's what fell. Okay. I have to drink some more water. Thank you. You have a wooden snake. That's cool. Okay, Rose just came in. Rose is on the, I'm going to show you where Rose is. There she is. She is sleeping on the heating pad. And then I have the other kitties next to me. Okay, did I switch it back? I don't know what I did. Okay, there we go. All right. Yes. Plan on making mistakes in your life and just learn from your mistakes and then move on. Sometimes there's something to learn from the mistake. A lot of times there is. All right, here's this tongue. I'm going to leave the tongue like this and put some fabric stiffener on it later on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a smaller hook. Not too small, 3.5. This was made with a size 4. And I'm going to just stick the hook here, like that. I'm just going to grab some of this yarn and pull it. And then as it gets stuffed up, I'll move down. And it's not the same red, but I feel like if you see it through the stitch openings, it won't be unattractive or offensive to the eye. And all this is, if you wanted to make a snake, you would make a little circle of 6 and go up to maybe 12 stitches or 18 stitches and then go down. And instead of closing when you get to 6, this is a quick pattern. Okay, you can't see it good. If you get to, when you get to 6, then you would just make it go straight across. Where's the one that's finished? Like this. And then you would just close it up like this. And this is going to curl, and that's okay. It's going to curl because it actually adds to it, so it's okay. And what you did is, I'm just going to pull out, let me pull out some of the stitches. Can I pull them? Oh no, this is stitched together. Anyway, you stitch it together, and then you can stuff it as you go along. Oh, look what happened! I caught I caught a bunch of amigurumi pieces and parts. Okay, that can go there. All right. So let's see. While we're sitting here stuffing, it's going to probably take too long. Okay, that's all right. All right, so I'm from Arizona, and then we have someone, or I'm in Arizona, and then we have someone from Maine, and there's a couple other people on. Where are other people from, if you want to let us know? So I live in the desert, and I don't know what part of Maine you live in, but Maine is, oh geez, I forget what kind of climate it is. It's foresty. Oh, I forget this stuff when I'm not in school. New Hampshire? It's so small. That's okay. Arizona's really big, but it seems like it's all two places. It's either Phoenix or it's Tucson, and then everything else is little towns or Indian reservations. So Maricopa County, which is where Phoenix is, and Phoenix is the capital, is just huge, just huge. Yes, you should, thank you for taking that off. You should try not, I'm not trying to dox anybody or find out where you live. I'm just curious about the weather. So why don't we just leave it to the weather? So today here it is hot, excruciatingly hot. It's so hot that you're back. It's so excruciatingly hot here that if you did not pay your electric bill, they will not turn off your power until the heat advisory is over. That's how hot it is here. And like in cold states where people die from the cold, here people die from the excessive heat. So see, he's getting a little bit plump from being stuffed. So, and how the natives lived here before air conditioning, I don't know. And why didn't they have air conditioning? Well, it wasn't invented yet. There was no water, so Arizona has water because of the Hoover Dam. And then because of the invention of refrigeration, or like what your refrigerator is the same as what's cooling your house. So when those two things were invented and in use is when the population really took off here. So, yep. For me, it's like 60 and raining. Yeah. It hardly ever rains here. So when it rains here, people just freak out, the drivers, because it's really hard to, if you don't drive if you only drive in beautiful sunny weather, the rain can be quite upsetting. And then because it's so dry here, you'll go to use your windshield wipers and they won't work because they're all dried out. And then the roads are extra slippery because all the pollution is just sitting on top. It doesn't get washed off because there's no dew. So, like in non-desert states, when you wake up in the morning, there is dew or moisture condensation. We don't have that in Arizona. So the roads are all slippery and there's lots of car accidents and it's just crazy. So I miss the rain. It's so nice when it rains here. I just look outside at it. So anyway, all right, the stuffing is coming along. Okay. I've never seen a snake in Arizona. I know we have them. We have rattlesnakes and all kinds of snakes. When I lived in Ohio, we had little green grass snakes that would be in the yard. And I am not an expert on snakes or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's your favorite temperature and weather. My favorite temperature and weather is, well, here in Phoenix, a little bit overcast, not direct sunlight. So a little bit mixed cloudy, and probably for Phoenix, 80. But in Ohio, it would be more like the same thing for the sky. No, I'm sorry. Sunlight, no clouds, 65. So probably where you're at, 75, yeah. It's a nice weather. Yep. Not weather, it's a nice temperature. Okay. My thumb is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna have to stop. Maybe I'll finish this tonight. Yeah, my thumb hurts a lot. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I have something that's in the freezer. It's a glove, and it freezes, and then I put it on, and then the cold will get on here because I'm getting a cramp in my hand. I'm sorry, I gotta stop. Okay. All right, loves, I'm actually gonna go. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll be on tomorrow. If you can make it, join. And if you have questions in advance, oh, there's 4 people. I'm sorry. I have a cramp in my thumb. It hurts. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a pool here. It's almost too hot to go swimming here. It really is. It's like, the pool is like right, it's like right there. It's right over there. It's about 75 feet away from my apartment. And it's almost too hot. So, yeah, but in other states, thank God for pools. All right, so I'm going to go. And thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream right now. So thank you. I appreciate you guys all being here. Yeah, so tomorrow the plan is to be on from 3 to 4 o'clock. So today I stayed an extra half hour because I was having a nice time with you guys. So please join me tomorrow. And if you want, you can take a peek at my other videos. No pressure. And I'll just show you the cats again so you can see. It's like nap time here. Uh-oh, I woke up Rose with my big mouth. There's Rose. She is, where's her? I meant too close. Look at her. Okay, she likes to sleep on top of my head. And then, oops. Okay, then here is Katina. And yes, they, cats remember who their mom is. So these cats are very nice to Katina, but they fight with each other. It's kind of funny. And then this is Diamond. Look at her little paws. And I would pet her paw, but it's very terrifying because she could scratch me. Look at those claws. Look at them. Okay, goodbye. See you tomorrow. Where am I? Oh no. That doesn't matter. I'm over. Here's my hand. Okay, bye. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll try and have some stuff done for you so you can see it. And all right, goodbye. Okay.